Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give you a little update on yesterday, and I'm going to say some encouraging things. I'm going to give you one tip today that will really help you out. So yesterday was an interesting day. It was really, really cold outside. Actually, I'm going to give you two tips. Um, so yesterday was really, really cold outside, and I'm starting to think about this whole Gunnersville thing now that I'm outside in the cold. And I'm going to say this one time, and then I'm going to change my vocabulary. I do not like cold weather. It's the last time I'm going to say it. Okay? I'm going to change my vocabulary to help me have a different perspective on what I'm going to do. This is something I learned from, like, this guy was like a special forces dude in the military, and those people, they know how to perform at an extremely high level. And one of the things that he would do is whatever he was doing, if he was walking in the, if he was crawling in the mud on his belly in the cold and in the rain, he would say, I love crawling in the mud. I love when it's cold outside. I love getting rained on. And that took him to an extremely high level of performance. So from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start saying how much I love the cold weather, how much I love the rain. I love fishing when it's cold outside. I love it when my rod guides freeze over. I love it. I love it. I love cold hands. Man, I love cold hands. I like driving down the lake when it's 25 degrees outside. I like that yesterday my lower unit seals went out. So now I've got to fix my lower unit. My lower unit's not broken, but the seals are leaking. So, this is a great opportunity for me to make a video about how to replace the seals in your lower unit. And, hopefully this is something that you guys can adapt in your fishing. Whenever things get tough, just say good. I'm glad it's like this. This is going to make me better. This is going to give me an opportunity to shine. And, I don't say that to be arrogant. It's all about staying positive. And I'm hoping that with this channel, it will help people, stay positive, feel good. And, when you feel good and you believe that, great things are possible, you'll work harder and you'll put in a little bit more than the other guy. And that's what separates, the top level people from everybody else. These guys who fish, they're incredible, man. They have been at it and at it and at it for all these years. And anyone who's been fishing for a while, y'all know how incredible the sport is. It's one of the most overlooked sports in our country. And anyway, so that's one tip. But yesterday's practice, it was interesting. So I went out there and I started graphing. And I graphed and I graphed and I found some fish. So as soon as I found some fish, I put my trolling motor down. And it was cold, so I started casting at them, and I got some bites. And but I didn't catch a fish. So put my trolling motor up, got back on the big motor, and I started trolling around, scanning. I was using my side scan. I was using my 2D. I was using my down imaging. And I just kept looking and looking and looking and looking. I looked shallow. I looked mid-depth. I looked deep. I looked all these different depths. And I tried to figure out, where are these fish? What are they doing? And yesterday, let me kind of say this too. I have pictures from the last 3 years of thousands of fish. I have videos of me catching all kinds of fish. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to post a video of where I'm catching fish, okay? Because it adds additional pressure to the lake. There's so many people fishing now, which is wonderful, but I don't want to post a picture And then people, 50 people may go fish that. And maybe that's one of your secret spots that you found on your own. Maybe through your hard work, you were able to find some places that other people don't know about. So it's not fair to me. It's not fair to you if I post videos of where I'm catching fish. So if that's what you're looking for, there's other people who do that, and that's okay. But I'm not going to do that because I just want to try to protect the fish. The less that they get caught, the better chances of their survival and their, the better chances that they can grow into a big fish. And so anyways, but I'll tell you this, I didn't catch any fish yesterday. I found fish. I got bites, but I didn't catch any of them. Now, I didn't get a lot of bites. Practice yesterday was not great as far as what I was hoping for. However, I learned from it, and why didn't I catch any fish? Was it my presentation? Was it not the right species? Well, it's a couple things. One is I was practicing. I'm not going to catch a fish in practice. So that is one of the biggest tips and the most overlooked things in fishing today. We all go out there and we practice to try to gain confidence. And we go out there hoping that, if we have a good practice, we'll go catch the fish in the tournament. And it doesn't work. How many times have you had a good practice catching fish and then gone back to the place and caught them again? Sometimes it works, but a lot of times, if you're only catching one fish here and one fish there and one fish over there, those may be the only fish in that area. So, there's my next tip. Take your hooks off. If you're going to practice for a tournament, take off your hooks. I want you to pretend that every time you catch a fish and you jack it in the head with your jig or your crankbait or your jerkbait, think about when you've caught a fish and you throw it in the live well and it dies. I don't know how many fish we catch and throw back that live and don't live. But in my practice, what I do is I pretend like every time I catch a fish, that fish is dead and I will no longer catch it. That way, I'm not going to a place trying to catch that fish. It took me a really, really long time to learn that. And I'm going to give you an example where I have strayed away from it and it has cost me $1,000 by not doing and sticking to this principle. So the Black Friday tournament this year, I did pretty well, considering the competition. And I went to a place where I had caught a 5-pounder in my practice. It took me an hour of fishing for that fish before I realized I'm not going to catch it. It's just not going to happen. It's done. The fish is done. So, the best thing you can do in your practice is find fish through scanning. If you're going to fish for them, if that's how you're comfortable finding them, you don't need to set the hook on any of them. Because that one fish that you catch, it could kill that fish, or it could disrupt it to where it doesn't go back to where he bit. And if you think you can go back to an area and find that fish, good luck. So that really is that is the most overlooked thing. I'm out here on the lake all the time. I see people and how they practice. I don't follow them. I don't watch where they're fishing. I'm respectful of my other anglers, but I watch how people practice. And 99% of the guys do the same thing. They just fish and fish and fish and catch and catch and catch. And then on tournament day, how many times have you ever caught a fish that was big and then gone back and caught that fish again? Everyone that I've ever asked says they've never done that. Every time they've caught a big fish, they've never been able to go back and catch that fish again. So, hopefully this video is helpful. And, so excited about camping at Gunnersville in the rain. I got to figure out how to waterproof my camping setup. There's a good chance I'm going to just get an Airbnb the more I think about it. But, anywho, so I don't really have anything else to say today. Y'all have a good day. Do something nice for somebody. And I'm going to throw some like little scriptures in here. And the one today I'm going to encourage you to go look at is Jeremiah 29:11. All right. I hope y'all have a good day. God bless. Thanks for watching. Peace.